Hey guys, I'm RozaldVane, and welcome back to the final part of The Walking Dead Season 3, or A New Frontier, whichever you like to call it. Where we last left off was that we find out the results of David, and we find out that we have to choose between saving David or helping Kate with cleaning up Redmond. And I'm pretty sure he contributed to one of the deaths, apparently, I think. So it's kind of in between that I chose to help Kate clear out the city instead. So yeah, it's loading. Achievement unlocked, dark victory, achievement unlocked. Yeah, I paused right as the achievement showed up. 3 days later. Alright, we're in church. What's up, Kate? Is that Trip? Or is that somebody else? Oh, wait, what? Oh, David. Yeah, I think that's Trip, it looks like. Trip, David, a kid. Marianne, more kids, Clint.
It was his own fault. If you regret helping me, if you're feeling any guilt,
I don't.
bury it. I mean it.
You're right. He dug his own grave.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He himself caused it, to be honest. I actually agree that he caused it on himself. It's not that I wanted him to die, it's just he chose to die on his own. Kate doesn't deserve to die, honestly. Kate didn't do anything wrong, but...
Is Richmond everything you thought it would be?
Not yet. I'm staying here until it is, though. It's not safe out there. Or in here. I'm pretty sure I can fix one of those. I'm not saying I want it to be this way forever, but... I want you to keep your distance.
What? For what reason?
Not forever, but for a little while.
Really? Can we not be friends?
Not yet, Javi.
Okay.
I need you to understand that. We can
Wait.
work together to stay safe, but that's it. For now.
Is he trying to say that I should be out of the Richmond city?
I don't hate you. But
Or...
I hate knowing what our future could have been.
I'm not trying to freaking fall in love with her either, so I don't get it. I don't get what that meant. Is she saying that I should leave the city, I guess? So that was a little excerpt, or a little bit of a scene to explain the results of that horde cleanup. Kids are back to being active. Sweet. Alright. So what now? Gonna talk to Gabe and Clem, I'm guessing? Hey, Jesus.
Heading out?
Yes, indeed. We came here to put an end to the raiding. Looks like that's been done.
Thank you.
Glad we got it settled. Gotta move on.
I gotta admit, man, you're a fucking badass.
Yep.
You're a real charmer.
Okay. I forgot that he...
Through and through.
Oh, you know what they say. Takes one to know one.
I forgot to say that Jesus
That
is
they
actually gay. So that's pretty
I was worried
explanatory.
about you, Javi. About who you are inside. You helped save these people, though. That goes a long way for me. Second chances are in short supply these days. That's what this place can be, if you let it. Trust me, though. Life within walls is a hell of a lot different than life on the road.
True.
Don't take shortcuts like Joan. You gotta do the right thing.
Thank you.
Always. Good days, and especially bad.
Absolutely. The right thing. No matter what.
Good to hear. I read people pretty well. Little gift of mine. You're a capable guy, Javi. Change is in the air here. You can lead that change, and I think you should.
Yeah.
For the better. God knows this town could use it.
I'll
You
step
know what?
up.
I'm gonna step up. Lead this place in the right direction.
Then
Yep.
as far as I'm concerned, Richmond's in much better hands than it was.
Hey, Jesus?
Oh, hey, Gabe.
Hey, Gabe.
Thanks for, not letting me get killed, and for coming back to help us.
Yeah. Thanks for that, man.
Pay it forward. Be vigilant. Trouble never stays too far away.
True. Yeah, we're gonna get raided on if we don't be careful. How about you, Clem? Staying or leaving? Oh, the Dr. Lingard. We didn't
You're
kill him.
alive.
Don't remind me. I'm not gonna say thank you for keeping me alive, but I'm
Sure.
gonna try and find something out there that might make me say thank you. Someday.
So where's
Okay.
AJ? Tell me. Where?
You know Clem won't rest until she finds AJ.
Yeah, Dr. Lingard.
Where is he? Please, man. For her sake.
He's at McCarroll Ranch. It's not too far from here. That's where we left him, at least.
Ah,
Thank you. Good luck out there, Doctor.
that's all we needed. Just be patient, Clem. That's what it is.
You're out of here
usually.
too, huh?
Yeah. It's time. I have to find AJ, Javi.
That's season 4.
waited
That's
so
all season
long.
4.
Could you do me one last favor before I leave?
Sure. What is this flavor? Second chances, achievement unlocked. See, I told you. Like, if you kill the doctor, you will never know what happened to AJ. Even though, I think. And that pushes Clem to leave the place and then not give us, like, a chance
I
to
used
save.
to do this for my niece.
That's nice of you.
She thought I was terrible at it.
Were you?
None of your business.
I'm really gonna miss Gabe. I mean, he's super annoying sometimes, but I've gotten used to having him around. At least to have someone to talk to, even if he is a total dork.
Not that he said anything to me in particular, but you know the guy's got a Mondo crush on you, right?
He does not.
Oh my gosh, you have a crush on him too.
I do not.
Well, you both have my blessing.
I'm gonna stab you with those scissors.
Thank you. Much appreciated. So how short do we have to cut
I
her hair?
have to see AJ, Javi. I have to see that he's okay. Do you think he remembers me? At least a little? Maybe?
So long as he's safe, who cares what he remembers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Everyone told us he was better off. After everything that's happened, I'm starting to think they're right. I don't know if I was a good mom or not.
It doesn't matter, I think.
I can't stop thinking about it.
It's not about good or not good.
Yeah.
You kept him alive. You did your job.
The mom wanted him to stay alive, and that's what he did.
Until someone else had to do it for me.
It's not your fault. It happens. Life happens.
Gabe told me you used to play baseball.
Who cuts hair like this?
I did.
Just like, and had one
I
hand
loved it.
somewhere else.
He told me you fucked it all up, too.
What?
Yep. Sure did.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I
Well,
didn't hear
you
it.
survived,
I had to.
but you loved it. How do you survive that?
Survive what?
How? If you really loved it, how?
That's what's good about a broken heart. When you're looking at it all broken and shattered on the floor, you figure out the pieces you need versus the ones you liked.
Who cuts hair like this? It's
If
scary.
you're ready to
me.
move on, that is.
If.
All right.
All done.
Yep. She's bald.
Well,
next thing you know.
how's it look?
Jeez. Oh, yeah, yeah. He cut her hair like differently in a sense.
You know what? I'll grab your hat.
No, it reminds him too much to Marianne.
I remember this team. Your dad ever teach you about baseball?
No, not really.
Well, you come back, and I'll tell you all about it.
I guess season
It's a
4 is
deal.
about. Season 4 is about like Clementine trying to establish her
If
living.
I
guess?
bring AJ back with me, will you teach him too?
Sure, no doubt about it.
You bet. He belongs with you, Clementine. Bring him back.
Bring him back. As Batman always says, bring him back. I'm just kidding. no. I was just playing. No, I don't know what I'm saying there. Alright. Is that how the season ends? No, that's not how the season ends. Season ends with her leaving, I think. The three of us stay safe, hopefully. Oh wow, she has a new outfit. That's a spiffy outfit. Clementine is all grown up. Wait, doesn't she have a gun with her? Or doesn't she have a backpack with her or something? Like, she usually has something that establishes that she's carrying supplies. Right? I don't get it. Why did they just give her just a coat and that's it and everything? Oh wait, there's one more thing we need to do probably. We need to talk to the people, and the way that ends is the dawn breaks. Achievement unlocked. Wait, that's it? Your experiences with David was dysfunctional. What? Okay, so you won't hear the music, hopefully. I'm going to try to close out the music, and I'm silencing it here so I can hear or read whatever I'm reading and then talk at the same time. You accepted David's hand after he punched you on the right. On the night your father died. You tried to leave Richmond without David. In this time of need, you distanced yourself from David. Gabe had to brain his own father after David turned. Oh, yeah, see, I was right. So Gabe did kill David because Gabe knew that David was a bit too far or far-fetched with... Okay, and then Kate, I'm guessing. Yep. Friendly. I love this so much. It's not romantic partner. It's friendly. I'm sorry. If you're wondering why I friend-zoned Kate, it's because it's not because of. Okay, let me explain myself. Okay, before I explain myself with Kate, let me explain myself with David. For David, yes, I could not do anything with him because everything he's done so far has been delusional. He's been so one-sided in everything. He thinks everyone is not to be trusted, and that's what happened. I couldn't do anything with David. I tried to save David. I tried to help David, but David just went far and beyond and just hurts everyone around him. He even hurts me. I didn't choose to let him do everything. The reason why I don't do anything to him is because I know he's gonna, no matter what, gonna march on and like destroy everything in his pathway. Nonetheless, he's choosing not to listen. Even when he said he wanted to change, I tried to help change him, but he just couldn't change in that small amount of time. He ended up just letting go and following what his heart says, or his brain, or more so that his brain is broken, to be honest, is what I said. He's not a real character that makes sense to stay alive, to be honest. But I feel bad that he died, but I also feel good that he died. Bad because he didn't deserve it. He needed more time to sort of learn who he was. But good because bad because he didn't get enough time to change who he was. But good because he started learning that, or he started to kind of piss everyone off. He kind of started to become a problem with everyone. So that's the reason why that was the case there with David's decision to becoming dysfunctional. On Kate's side, it's because who I am right now. Like, I'm right now not interested in a relationship, but, you know, if there is one, then I would probably get in one. But I don't think that's the case here with me. And I kind of applied that feeling right now to Javi in this situation. Maybe if I had a different scenario where I'm already dating someone, or I've experienced past relationships with another lady friend, then maybe it applies to this experience, and I would probably put that experience into hand. I mean, there were times and moments where I was like, should I just really go with Kate and just fall in love with her or something, or not? And then I stayed true to my decision at the beginning of saying I just want to just give myself some time to sort of get a hold of this scenario with all the zombie stuff. So that's why I wanted to be. I wanted to be friends with her, to be honest. That's how it probably is. Or if at least people who are like looking out for each other. Like, we're a family. We're not friends to begin with. We're families to begin with. So you can't fall in love with a family member in that special way because you've seen her in that light. And so it's harder for me as well too with that scenario in that case. You were relieved to see Kate alive in the junkyard. You supported Kate's plan to escape Richmond, ending things once and for all. You rejected Kate. You asked Kate if you could try to be friends, but she wasn't ready yet, which is fine. I'm totally fine with that. Moving on to the next decision. Yes, I cared for Gabe. I do care for Gabe. You made Gabe happy by agreeing to stay in the trailer for the night. You told Gabe the truth about his neighborhood friend. You helped Kate save Richmond before going after Gabe. So, how does the last decision make me caring for Gabe? Because I don't know. Maybe because if I didn't go with Kate, Richmond would have been destroyed still, and it would have been harder to put back together anyways, I think. So I think that might be the case there. But I understand that I was caring for Gabe, even if Gabe acted like the character Duck. Yes. Just because Gabe reminds me of Duck a little bit from season 1. Not Duck. No. It's the high school guy, the high school kid. I forgot. No, it's not Duck. Duck is the Kenny's kid. No, not that kid. The other kid, the one in the 5th episode, once we met after the 4th episode and such, like the high school kid. Like, when we met that high school kid, I felt like he reminded me of Gabe. Like, or once Gabe acted a certain way, I kind of felt he was like him. But at least he stayed truthful in terms of changing, which is fantastic. So, yeah. Your new frontier story. Your shirt tripped by promising you wouldn't cause trouble in Prescott. Then you went to junkyard with Tripp. Finally, you picked Tripp to live, but Joanne shot him to teach you a lesson. You left Eleanor at Prescott when you went to the junkyard. When Eleanor leaked your plan to incite resistance against Joanne, but you forgave Eleanor for betraying you to Joanne. I didn't care about the betrayal between me and Joanne. I cared for the betrayal of you and Tripp. Just because Tripp can't even be in love with you, or can't be friends with you anymore after that, you decided to let him die. That's so heartless. Eleanor is so heartless. Of course, Ava died, but Lingard didn't. After the chaos, Lingard told you where AJ is located, which is great. That's a good way to end it, I think. Who else stories here? Conrad died. I think Conrad could have stayed till the end, but yeah, I mean, Conrad could have stayed till the end, but I chose to kill him because he just can't do anything. But then, of course, Jesus is still alive. I didn't think that you can actually kill Jesus, to be honest. I don't think Jesus should die in this because he has a comic book relation. Yeah, what happened to Joanne? What the hell happened to Joanne? I know Clint died, but Joanne, what? Oh my god. Is that part of season 4 as well, where we had to look for Joanne as well? Because Joanne remembers Clementine's face or something, maybe? Alright, did you stand with David on the ledge? A majority of people did. Nah, not bad. Did you say to David about Kate? A small amount of people denied the relationship, but David didn't believe you. That made sense. A lot of people confess your love for Kate. Oh. So I think this is where people probably turned it around 100% or something. 2.2. No. A very small majority actually said nothing. I just like that. That's very interesting. But I chose to do the 3rd place one. People showed love. A majority of people showed love to David, even though they didn't take their anger out on him. Okay. Did you go after Gabe with Kate or with Kate? A lot of people went with Kate. A few people went with Gabe. Yeah, I can't handle the relationship between father and son, to be honest, because that should be Gabe's responsibility, not mine. He's my brother, but he's not my father. Father's it's a higher sort of feeling than brother to brother action kind of thing. Like, even if I killed him for Gabe would probably feel the most guilt out of it. So I want Gabe to understand that if you kill somebody, kill for the right reason. And Clementine will know that because she sees it happen. I think she's going to watch that happen. After the fight with David, Clementine followed her own plan, splitting up with you and a majority of the players. And then the other half, they chose Clementine to stay with. Okay. Yeah, I think that it's best that Clementine moved on without Javi, to be honest, because she needs to deal with AJ at the moment. Okay, so I did choose a majority of things that a lot of players have been through. Your Clementine became a renewed soul. What? Clementine and AJ thought they had finally found a home at Hole's Hardware, but when a tortured Jane made a difficult choice, everything changed. Leaving Jane's dead body behind, Clementine and AJ were on their own. After circumstances forced her to join the new frontier, Clem didn't hesitate to use their resources for her own ends, leading to exile and a tearful farewell. When Javi and David fought at the water tower, Clem remembered a similar fight long ago at a snow-covered rest stop. She took a careful place shot to David's violence without killing him. Good, because we killed Kenny, apparently. We did kill Kenny in season 2, so... Yeah, I didn't want to shoot anybody, but that's how it went. Once David left in the truck with Gabe, Clementine knew that the best course of action was to go it alone. Leave Javi's side and help the person he didn't choose. Okay. Alright. Is that it? Oh, there's an extra ending. Oh, I silenced it. Oh, there's a horde. Oh, there's some music. I didn't hear that. I didn't know there was music to it. You guys won't hear it still. I silenced it all the way through, I think. She's gonna probably find AJ, I think. I think she's gonna find AJ successfully. But the difference is that season 4 will be where we get to decide what we do with AJ. Is what I think. Alright. Boom. Bam.
I'm gonna find you, AJ.
Clementine's story will continue. Alright, cool. That was season 3 of The Walking Dead, or The Walking Dead: A New Frontier. So, the one thing I want to point out at first is the continual anger that I keep putting onto Telltale. I'm sorry if it's not against Telltale, it's probably against the decisions they've made for the whole story overall, and maybe some places in some points in time of this game. But this whole season was hot garbage, to be honest. It's not because Clementine was involved. It's not because Jesus was involved. Which Jesus is a great, amazing character, to be honest. It's not because we had choices. It's not because of the graphical errors. It's not about the way we're playing the game. It's how our story, or all the parts of the story, have become a bit either cliched, cheesy, or just not in the slightest correct in my mind. Because sometimes I feel like it's just not realistic enough. It's just... I mean, I get that the story is supposed to be like a continuation to Clementine, to sort of fill the backstory of Clementine, instead of giving Clementine the full drive for all the players, because the players don't get to experience how Clementine feels and how she decides on everything. But that is how bad it is, because the series is not about anybody else besides Clementine. But yet, it's just... This third one is just bombed the whole, like, first 2 like, out of the whole 3 seasons, the first one, of course, still wins it, and the second one was at least okay, mildly okay, but the third one just went plummeting downhill, just in a fast manner. Seeing that there's a 4th season being announced, which is very, very early, I thought they were going to take another 1 year or 2 years before they come back. Seeing that they're coming back early, they probably want to shut down the story before they can, move on to other projects, I'm guessing, is what Telltale's trying to plan on doing. Probably because they probably lose control of the story, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. I feel like they probably did lose control of the story a little bit, because they wanted to put in some Easter eggs, because they gotta sweeten the deal by putting Easter eggs like Jesus and or the kingdom. Like, there's some good Easter eggs in this game, but it's not living up to it, I guess, in a sense, and that the decisions that they forced on us is kind of like repeated from the first game, I think. The first season and the second season. It's like the first and second season of The Walking Dead kind of made a baby, and this is the 3rd season. And that's the hot garbage is coming out of it. But, I mean, it's not that the first season story was that. It's the characters from the first season mixed into the season 2 storyline, sort of. So, I kind of see that that's how it went about, in a sense. So, that's how I feel. I'm gonna predict here as well before I end this series and probably like go into the 4th season when it comes out. I'm gonna predict that Clementine's gonna meet up with old characters from season 1 to season 3, throughout the whole 4th season. And then in the final season, it's how Clementine needs to establish her place in living in this world. Like, it's probably going to establish how she's going to live on and have her own kids, and that the world sort of like becomes like sort of peaceful for her until she dies. Or my second prediction is that she dies, but we get to experience how she dies, in a sense, like how her story ends with everyone. Because nobody in this world seems to have lived ever. Like, they don't live for too long. They do live for a long time, but they don't live for, like, they don't outlast 10 or 20 years in these storylines or in this universe, which is kind of weird, but that's how it is, I think. Nobody has lived past 20 years yet, so I'm kind of curious how that's going to go for this kind of storyline. If Clementine lives until she dies, like old age, then that makes sense. But if other than that, I don't know. From this point on, those are the two odd predictions I got for season 4 on how to end Clementine's storyline. But yeah, season 3, I feel kind of disappointed. One is because of the save files being a little bit weird, and then second is the story's decisions on like some places were confusing. There were some graphical bugs, but that's not really a hindrance to me. Like when Tripp came back to life on the freaking last part of in the last episode, I was surprised he was still alive or somehow. I was like, this is what happens if you kept Tripp alive. Of course, he kind of walks with us there, but of course we got nothing out of that. But he came out of nowhere. What else is there? Yeah, I think a lot of the time the characters do grow, which is fine. Like Kate grew a little bit, but not too much. Like not a big character development. Javi is the only one who's kind of the one who characterizedly developed because of us. Gabe never did develop. He kind of just was moody in a sense. Like he was super moody. Like he betrayed us, and I don't know why we would even like treat him like family, even though he betrayed us. And it contributed to the problem of how Tripp got caught. So I think it was more like a forced scenario, which was not cool. And I'm like, why, Telltale? Why do you have to force us to have a bad relations with Tripp and Eleanor, since, you know, Gabe is the one who's kind of doing that. And then at the same time, we had our chance to explain, and Tripp and Eleanor pretended like that didn't exist. Like our explanations didn't exist. My reason was because if you'd had family and you wanted to protect your family or your people, you wouldn't understand how I feel if it was my family. Because Javi is my or not Javi. Gabe is my family. Gabe is my freaking nephew, and he's kind of like my son already. So why would I sacrifice why wouldn't I sacrifice Conrad if he's gonna sacrifice Gabe nonetheless? Do I want him to shoot to kill Gabe first, then answer questions later? No. I want to care for Gabe until the end, at the very least. So that's how it is in that spot. I mean, Prescott people were really throwaway characters, honestly, is what I think they were trying to go for. And at least the majority of the family that stuck with us from the beginning almost kind of stuck together, which is great. And then most of the New Frontier people died. Most of them did. And it's kind of weird how most of the people trusted us, even though we sort of like betrayed them somewhat. But I mean, we didn't betray their past leaders, so we kind of seem kind of trustful. Who knows? I don't know. Last but not least, this overall is it really recommended at this price point with $25 on the line? I would say no, because the timing is really long, I guess. Or not, timing is really long. The timing is pretty short. It's like a one whole day of play, I think, without like stopping like me. Like I stop in the middle of things and record stuff and edit stuff. I can finish this in like one whole day. It's kind of like each episode's like 3 hours, or not 3 hours. One episode is like 1 hour and 10 minutes ish. So I could have finished this in like 5 hours or 6 hours. Around 7 hours, so you can finish it in half a day, basically. So it's like, that's how short the game is. I mean, I would probably buy it on sale. Sadly, it's not because of Telltale's fault. It's just probably because the story is too short. They didn't have enough to put into it to sort of spice it up more than it should be. So, yeah, I mean, that's probably what I feel is necessarily there. And I'm lucky I bought it from the summer sale, so it was fortunate that I find it at the cheapest that it got to at the point. But if you want to buy this game for yourself, I'll leave a link down below to the console versions and the PC version, aka Steam. If you guys want to check this game out for yourselves and try to decide what you want to do for yourselves, try to see how it goes if I was to, or how it goes if Javi supported David, or how it goes if I was to say Ava should die first instead of Trip, or something like that, or Trip should die first and then Ava would stay alive. But yeah, I mean, that is totally up to you if you want to decide on it. I mean, Ava didn't deserve to die however she did. Like, I don't get why they eliminated Ava. Like, she's a throwaway character as well. Like, it's so random. Like, it's like the randomest throwaway character I've ever seen in the world. Like, how do you let her die like that? She should have died when she went down to the tower, the water tower. Like, she's like, oh, I trust that you would protect me or watch my back. And she gets distracted and gets caught up with that. Then that makes sense. But the car part, just, no. The car part would have been like, oh, you're lucky you got saved for one part. And then the next thing you know, she dies with the second part. Like, it makes sense because it's like a 1-2 punch. Rather so. And then it makes David mad. And then it causes him to say, we gotta leave. I can't stay around with Richmond anymore, losing my teammate Ava or something like that. It would have made more sense if Ava died in that horde, like when she was trying to, she and Javi both look for the generator, or go to the generator, but she got caught up by it because she was trying to look out for his back and something. It makes more sense that way, instead of zombie caught onto her and she fell down into her death, and like, how did that even make sense? No, it just felt like you just wanted to kill her off in some fashion that didn't make sense at all. So, I don't know. It just so happened that Ava died in an instant with no emotion attached. It's just, whatever. She died. Whatever. Bye. Bye, Ava. Bye. Even though I wanted to save your ass. Bye. Like, you saved my ass, but bye. It's like, that's how it is. I don't get it there. Yeah, so that's that. So anyways, that's it for me in the series, The Walking Dead Season 3. This marks the end of this series. Plans on what I'm going to do next with Telltale Games. I will be going into Season 4 when it comes out next summer, hopefully. By the next summer, I'll purchase it and play it when I can. If I'm not available in the next summer, then I will probably play whenever I can, when I can get back to recording again on after the winter break hiatus or something, whenever after that. Yeah, so it's going to be a hiatus coming soon. I'm saying this a lot throughout the whole, like, some videos. I mean, for those of you who are, like, far in the future, it wouldn't matter anyways because I'm gone. Or I'm gone from, like, being in the hiatus point and then just coming back anyways and still constantly recording and such. So ignore this message if you're way in the future and I'm still uploading stuff without looking back into the past and sort of the stuff. But yeah, I'm going to come back from my break, my hiatus from YouTube, to play more Telltale games. The Wolf Among Us Season 2 is coming out, so I'm planning on doing Season 2 after Season 1, maybe? Who knows? I plan on doing Season 4, of course, that's for sure. Season 2 of Batman's coming, or is already out, actually. By the point of recording this video, it's already been out. But I'm not going to play it at all. I'm not going to purchase it. I'm out of money right now. Because I'm not planning on buying any new games at this point for the time being. So I'm planning on just saving money and just going to school, because I need to save that money for school and sort of get the food I need to eat and stuff like that, and also pay my education. So that's probably why I'm saving as much money as I could, so I might not be expected to play Batman Season 2 for a very long time. Who knows? I might get it by the other time, but I am unsure of what's gonna happen. Yeah, and that's it, I think, for the Telltale games. There are a few games that I have sitting in the grill of my Steam library, but it's not like it's going to be on the series lookout for now. It'll probably be held back until a little lot later. But yeah, that's the plan for any other future Telltale games I'm going to work on. What else is there? Yeah, that's it, I think. That's mainly it for this game. So thank you guys for joining me for another season of The Walking Dead. Let me know what you guys think of this series. I mean, I'm pretty sure I have my opinions. You guys might have your own opinions as well about this game. I don't mind hearing what your thoughts are. I mean, I might be too one-sided, and I might have thought of it differently. I don't understand fully why they decided some of the stuff they've decided on making this game, but if a Telltale developer tells me why they did what they did, then that would be great. I would love to hear it out and see what they were planning on doing with these, like, with the season in general. And I'm looking forward to season 4, of course, nonetheless. That's it for me in this part and series. Hope to see you guys in another series or another video of mine, and hope you guys have a great, amazing day, week, night, or whenever you're watching this. So that's it for me in this part. In this part series, and that will be it for me today. Roz.